I started coaching Fortnite 6 years ago, just before the World Cup finals in New York. And in that time, I've worked with thousands and thousands of players, ranging from dozens of FNCS winners, thousands of players getting their first earnings and trying to improve, as well as brand new comp players wanting a head start. However, this next player that I'm going to show you had the fastest improvement I've ever seen in a single hour of Fortnite coaching. They learned so much throughout this 1 hour, as well as completely changed their playstyle for the better. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what we covered in this session, step by step, with over 20 different tips and tricks that you can apply to your gameplay. Please leave a like, and let's get straight into this with tip number 1. You were in complete control of that fight. You out-damaged me just quick. Out-damaged me, you out-peaked me, you were doing a good job. And you suddenly go from a situation where, what was that? That was probably like 90-10 you win that fight just because of the damage you did and how bad of a spot I was in. But because you came directly on my wall, which is what you did in a couple of those chair games earlier, you went directly on the other bird's wall like this. I know you're trying to quick dead them, but like this is suddenly, I don't know, even if the guy in the box is 1 HP, I would always prefer to be the guy in the box if somebody's doing this to me, you know?
Yeah.
Just think of how many plays you can do to me, and I can't like predict or count them really.
That is
you
true.
know? Like,
What would you recommend, like, if I'm here, then what would you recommend to, like, do instead, maybe?
If you're, well, I just wouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? I would be here. Look, suddenly I'm in here. You see? Like, it's just better. Or maybe I'm here and it's better. Maybe I'm here and it's better. And I can take the wall like up here. If I was ever going to get on the wall, I would place a cone so I can't get stared or cone. And I would stand. I would also make sure I shoot the wall on the way over. And then now, if you were to do a top right hand peek, I just shoot the wall, take it, and then I suddenly, because you've got pump delay, I just edit on you. So I come over, I wait for you to edit. The wall's wood, so I don't need to do it. As soon as you edit, I can, like, you know, take it if I was a better thing, you know?
Take it, yeah.
Because you've got your shotgun out and not holding the wall out. That's the only time I would do it. Only time, never ever get on a wall here. You see here, you can do a top round peek, any peek, window peek, 4 tile, you can do anything and I'll be in a bad spot. But suddenly, if I just stand on this side of the cone, I'm like sort of protected by the cone naturally. I wouldn't go up close to the wall like this, that's dumb. I'd be like, here, guy does a top right hand peek, I'll do it to you real quick. So stand there, top right hand peek, shoot, take the wall. Yeah, and then look, I've got, you know, I'm looking up there trying to do my edit. I'm not ready, and you can just do a quick edit on me. You can do like an open edit. You can do a, you know, window edit. There's so many things you can do. And then also with that, then you can get the side piece, and I can't go out. You can, there's a lot of stuff you can do from here. Like you can, because I'm on this side of the wall, I can do that. I can look over the top. You see, I can look over the top and place the floor cone.
Yeah.
That's really important. Also, you can look up and place the wall. You can look, place the floor cone. You can also, because I'm on the cone, you can do one of these jumps sometimes. But let's say we're upper layer and we're on the cone, you see here. Now I can do one of these jumps and get around the back if the guy's trying to rebox back. You see that?
Rebox here.
So yeah, so let's say you're in that box there and I spot, like, you're not editing on me, you're not doing anything. I can suddenly just jump up, grab the doubles, make it awkward for you, and now start approaching from here, shooting the tops, pressuring you, you know?
Yeah.
Just completely changes how you're playing just because you're just doing a little bit of a better setup, you know? I would say is you do a lot of like too fancy stuff, if that makes sense. And that's because your mechs are good, I would say. Like, there's nothing wrong with your mechs. You shouldn't think that. It's just you're not using your mechs the right way, you know?
Okay.
So like, there's a couple times where you're like doing some like complicated, let's just say the example is like, I'm below here and you do, you know, instead of just doing a double edit when I'm not looking and shooting, instead you're doing like a double edit and then you're doing a window and then you're doing like more complicated stuff. Or you're doing like a drop down and then a piece. Instead of just, the one thing you should focus on is what am I doing? Like, am I looking at you? Am I holding my gun out? Am I trying to move to the side and not looking at you, right? And then also getting damage, because that's the big thing that I'm doing compared to you in these so far, is I'm just really focused on getting like just shots off and like getting, you know, good shots off. Like I've shot my gun like 3 or 4 times more than you just in these couple, you know, these 2 rounds, you know, just because I'm always looking at you and trying to get a shot off. Even if I'm not hitting all of them, it's not like about the hit rate, it's about the shot rate, you know? Like if you look at,
I'm doing like a little too much compared to like just getting the kill.
Yeah, like you're doing a bit too much. Like, you ever heard the phrase all fart no shit, right?
Yeah,
you're doing that. Okay, let's do one more. I'll go right. So yeah, nice. You see there, like that's exactly what I'm talking about. That wasn't a mistake by you. You were trying to like go a bit quick, but like I'm just standing there aiming my gun at you. So even though you hit me a lot, I just have my gun out and it's ready, and then nice. Just be careful with stuff like that. Like, it's so much better if you're gonna do a play, you do it, and you know, think that way.
I shouldn't have placed a ramp there, probably.
Yeah, like just focus, like just make sure, am I protected and is the opponent exposed, and then do whatever. Like you don't need to like get too fancy with it. And that's the reason I died in one of the games earlier. Is I was trying to get too fancy on a kill that like didn't need to be fancy, you know?
Yeah.
And then you just see like there. You see what I mean? Like that could have been a nice kill by you, but you're focused on doing like a window smart peek rather than just doing a peek, you know? Do a peek, make sure I'm protected, and then do another peek. You see?
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing complicated peeks. All I'm doing is because that's the exact same situation that you just had, and you should have killed me a second ago. I'm doing this. Had you like here, and I was over here, and you were standing on the stair like that. And instead of just doing that, because obviously you're just gonna place a wall, right? You're gonna look up and place a wall. I do this. Had a wall protected me here. Shoot, and then swing. Do you play edit release or off?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So with edit release, I actually think it's better. So what you would do is make sure, because you're gonna release, like you can't like move your crosshair after you've done the edit. Like you can't like start there and then look down. Like you're gonna mess up your edit, you know. So what you got to do if you build your own out to the side here is start at the top, look down, and then as you're looking down, make sure like your character's hidden. It's a little bit hard to explain, but
like this, like.
Yeah, and then so you
like,
have here,
like do something like this.
Have the wall here as well, yeah. So you see how, yeah, so you see how you wait, if you start at the top, so have the floor, you start at the top tile down, and then move, and then easy 200 pump every time, right? Do it again.
Oh my god, yeah.
So you place it.
It seems so simple, like.
But you're swinging a bit too far, because it's swinging more behind the wall than you need to.
Like this, like.
You just like, yeah, you just get behind it and then you just swing back. Because what you're doing at the moment is you're overcomplicating. So you're like doing window peaks and doing all that sort of stuff. You just need to make sure, first of all, not just that you're protected, but your opponent's exposed. Because not everybody, like, you know, if you're going to be hitting like perfect, you know, window shots the whole time. Like here, like they've got the double on somebody, had it on me a few times. Just make sure you're doing a good peek and you're standing in a smart location. Like here, like just make sure you're doing a good peek. And also make sure it's wide enough so that the opponent is open, you know, so that you can see them. And especially with a sentinel pump, like as long as you're within a tile of somebody, you're gonna hit 100 plus. So it's quite easy.
Do you think it's smart? Because like I'll usually get someone in a box. Like say you're in my box, right? Then I'll do this. So I'll edit, reset, and then they'll usually pump it. Is that smart to do, or should I just edit, jump?
Okay, tell me the outcomes. The two possible outcomes of that edit reset play.
So if I do this and then reset, you could take it and then you could do that.
And then now it's 50-50. And let's say you're low, then that's a bad play. Or even if you're full HP and I'm full HP, it's still a bad play because now like here it's reliant on you hitting a shot. And also I'm ready. The thing is with a play is it always rewards who is the one doing the play, because they have not just peekers advantage but also like, you know, like desync advantage, as well as they're like I'm ready to place a cone. Like I know, do it again, I know when you edit reset I'm gonna place something and I'm gonna be ready for the angel after that, you know,
because
so yeah, two possible outcomes. Either I pump it and you hold it, or I pump it and take it. One of the outcomes is good for you, and also one of them's bad. And let's just say it's 50-50, then 50% of the times you're getting a bad outcome. What you should do instead, let me show you, is here, you're standing there, and I just do a you know, smarter peek like that. Maybe even a 50-50, but I would like hold it and make sure you're not looking at me. So here, you see you're looking to the side a bit.
Right.
Like I can see where you're looking.
I'm gonna get up here.
So if I do that, so I'm standing here, and then you do a smart edit. So you, with this one, if I'm over here, you stand like back there, you see? You stand a bit more to the side, and I can't see you when you edit it. Mate, stand here. So like edit, you'd be standing here, you know? See now here, do it again.
Because you...
Do it again,
You'd be seeing that.
Yeah, it blocks me. So this is like, suddenly this is a weight, like if I try pumping you, I'm just gonna hit the stair. Or if I try headshot, the only thing I can do is like maybe pump your feet or like your lower legs, but nobody's gonna be aiming up and then look down to shoot your legs, because that's just not what people do. So that outcome there, it suddenly goes from, you know, 50-50, maybe it's a bit more in your favor, like 60-40, but it suddenly goes to like 80-20, you're in a good angel. And also, there's not an option for me to like pump the stair and take it really in this situation. Like, that's not gonna happen. And it also guarantees that you get the shot off because you're the one doing the play, you know? Yeah. That makes sense? And then if I was standing over here, then you would do it slightly different. You can do it protected, you can do it like jumping.
I do like this maybe, and then jump. And
yeah,
then
you can do it either way, it's good. But like that play, suddenly you're going from like a 60-40 to like a 90-10 that you're going to win it. And that's what I'm talking about. Like if you just start getting more 90-10s, 95-5s, right? When you're fighting, then suddenly you're not losing as many fights, you know, in any mode.
Do you recommend like, so if I was here and like say this was your wall, then doing like this strat where you like shoot at it?
I've seen a few people do that. It's good in like an end game, you know, where like there's not much space, but like in a mid-game fight or like reload or ranked or whatever, like you're just not gonna be doing this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's good if like you're in endgame, everyone's around you, you want to box like somebody. This is like the best peak to do because you can't really get edited on. You can sit back here, you can reset if you need to. But like most of the time, you're not gonna be doing that. And it's more of like an open playing field, you know, like we're on right now. That's when it's useful to know the other setups rather than just doing like a straight on wall.
When I usually go for a wall, so like if this is their wall, I usually go here. Do you recommend like, so I usually like pickaxe and then do this, and then if I see him make like an edit, I'll do that. You recommend that, or like just do it the other way?
I would never ever pickaxe a wall unless it's one shot. That's that's what I would say. Because if I'm just running up to it like this and pickaxe, obviously that's terrible. But it's also terrible if I'm just like here and then I pull my pickaxe out and swing. Like there's such a big, like if I have my pump out, that's like almost a whole second from swapping over, even holding by my mouse, you know? Another thing that you should learn is, I don't know if you've seen it in the masterclass, but the pressure cycling video. So
like, I've not.
So let's say you just got like a load of walls here, for example. Pressure cycling, instead of just, you know, running up, 1, 2, taking it, the guy can obviously pre-fire you. They can also just do a window edit in the middle and shoot you while you're doing it, or a million different things. Instead, what you would do is pump, spray, and then now the walls, you see a big difference between this wall and obviously this metal wall. What's the big difference?
This one's like 1, and then this one's fully.
It's 1, so no matter what the guy does, whatever edit he does, I can just pump and take it. But not just that. This is very, very important for fighting in general, is the wall is now see-through, right? Compared to earlier. Like a really, really big thing that will just help you get better is just making sure no matter where your opponent is, you can see them so you know where they are. And also so you can see their hands, right? And like, why should you see their hands? Because then you can see if they've got a pump out, if they've got minis out, if they've got a blueprint out. There's also a difference quickly. You see the difference here between holding a wall, right? Holding a wall like this and then editing. Editing as well as looking when you edit, you see? Like, you can tell what edit am I doing here, right? Like you can see the edit that I'm doing just by having the wall a bit clearer. Let's go on the other side quick, come. Go on the other side of this this wood wall. Get it low, so you can see, you know, I'm doing a 4 tile.
Like a low. Yeah. You
can see I'm doing a window. Window's harder to see. That's why windows are normally good. You can see I'm doing a top right and peak, right? That's how pros are able to pre-fire. It's just because they look at what the other guy's doing. Not that in that much detail. There's obviously a bit more like, you know, nuance to it. But if you can see what the other person's doing, you'll have a very, very easy time of winning the fight. Make sure you can see me. Don't. I know you're doing a smart setup, like sitting back, but make sure you're pumping the wall, spraying the wall. Make sure you know where I am. You can't just rely on footsteps, because suddenly, what if you're relying on footsteps and I just crouch and then suddenly I'm over here and I'm doing this and doing some dumb stuff, you know? True. That's what I mean. Like, you can't just rely on footsteps when you're fighting somebody, you know?
I try and like, when I like, you see me reset, like I'll do an edit and then reset. I'm trying to like get it to where it's 1 HP so I can like see through, you know?
Yeah, but that only benefits me sitting over here, no?
True. Yeah.
Like, if I'm crouching back here and you're resetting, I know exactly where you are, and I know I can just spray through and get a kill like that, you know?
Yeah.
You see? It's not a terrible play. Like, I know why you're doing it, but like, you don't want your opponent to see you in a fight. Like, imagine you could fight while being invisible. Like, you'd just be the best fighter, right? Because your guy doesn't know where to shoot, doesn't know where to look, right? Imagine, just quickly, you could play with a back bling that gave you no visual audios. Like, you just win every cut, surely.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could just sneak on people, like, you just run up to people and kill them. Because there's a cash cup before you started playing comp ages ago. You know Mitro?
Yeah.
The on EU, and he had a pickaxe that didn't give him footsteps, like it was bugged, and he literally just walked up to people and just killed them and just won the cash cup from that, right? Like, it was the easiest thing ever. So you need to think like that. Like, when you're fighting, you don't want your opponent to see you, because that makes it easier for them not just to make a play, but to think about the play they want to make, you know? And then also, you want to make sure your opponent is so I'm visible to you, you know, so you know where I am.
So if you're visible to me, then I can either make the call out that you're right there, so we can triple spray or something like that. Like, that's what you mean by like making it easier.
Well,
like
also for solos as well, like being a bit more selfish as well. Like, obviously it's good to fit into trios, because the thing is, in trios you never know if it's like a guy just crouching in a box like behind a cone or something as well. That's why it's important as well. But for like any general mode, like, it's very, very important to know. I mean, just any fight. Like, imagine you could just every fight you had wall hacks in your opponent and they couldn't see you. Like, you just never lose a fight, even if you're against the best player playing a game. Like, it would just be impossible. That's what I mean. So like these plays you're doing, we are setting up in the open and, you know, you're abusing zero ping. It can work, but like there's a skill ceiling that will work on, and you're like approaching that skill ceiling as you play comp more, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why like pressure cycling and everything like that's important. That's also why if you ever low, you box up a brick. Nice, that's better. Yeah, much better. There, I'm not joking. I couldn't see you at all because you were doing that peek I was talking about a second ago. I literally couldn't see you. Even though you were exposed at the end, I could not see you. Unlucky. Again, you're too much farting, not enough shitting right there.
Yeah.
You had me in the full piece. I had no mats. So you just got to do a smart little peek, you know. Smart peek where you know where I am. That's the issue with triple edits. Said I died because I did a triple edit with somebody earlier, right? It's literally just because you can't see the person that you're triple editing on because you're triple editing through so much stuff, and they know exactly where you are. There, hold on, I'll show you one thing quickly. This might sound really basic. What should you always try to do after shooting? Like, what's like the least delayed thing you can do?
If I shoot you here, like I did.
Like just there? Yeah, just there. You
Probably
shot. What should you have done?
build here.
Build. Yeah, shoot, build. It's literally the most simple thing. But if you get in this habit of, especially when you're like, what do you do for a warm-up? Like free building, you know, 1v1s, whatever. Just get in the habit. Every time you shoot, just place a build that would block off your opponent's counter shot. Because that's the whole point of a good peek is like, okay, let's just say this example here. Like, yeah, it might be a good peek and I might not be able to get seen, but there's you see when I swing, there's always like a little bit of overswing, right? Like I'm a little bit too far out. That scenario is basically unavoidable. And if the guy, unless you kill the guy in the one shot that you get off first, if they're aiming in the correct spot and they have like, you know, a little bit of, you know, brain speed where they can shoot back fast enough, you're always going to take 100 damage in return. So sure, you did a good peek, you did everything correct, you got maybe the long piece on somebody, you hit them 100, but they're going to hit you back just because you're peeking too much. So what you should do, shoot, build, and then look, you can shoot again. Before, like, they'll shoot into the wall, maybe it'll break, and then maybe you get another kill straight away, but like, don't shoot reset. A lot of people make the mistake of like shoot and then they're gonna pull their build out and then it's just too much because it's too much action.
I tried right there.
You tried to reset and I mean it was probably a little bit desync because I'm on high ping, but like that will get you killed in game because there's desync in game. Shoot and then also try to preferably place a build that's like, you know, easy to place. Like don't shoot just here, like don't shoot and then have to look down to the floor to place a wall, you know, just shoot and then stare and then you can, you know, carry on doing the edits, whatever. It'll make a big difference. I know it sounds I know it sounds really dumb, like you can't believe you paid to get told to shoot and build, but
oh yeah,
it does make
actually like what I need though.
Yeah. Every time I upload one of these private fighting coaching sessions to YouTube, you guys seem to really enjoy it and I get dozens of comments asking how you can get coached one-to-one personally by me. So I'm very happy to announce that I've just opened up a load of new slots for this type of fighting coaching exclusively, as well as I've made it a lot more affordable to you guys looking to sign up. You'll get a full hour of one-to-one coaching from me where I'll give you loads of feedback and fix your most drastic mistakes that you probably don't even realize that you're making. These are what I call your C game, things that hold you back that would never actually allow you to release your potential until you remove them from your gameplay. You'll also learn a load of A game skills, really important pro strats that you need to start implementing into your fighting, as well as get a full customized routine for every single session that you'll be able to use going forward to improve your weaknesses. Also, as an added bonus for signing up, you'll be getting the full Masterclass Ultimate Bundle completely for free. This gives you every single Masterclass, early access to all of the updates we drop, as well as you'll be getting all of the boot camps that we host for FNCSs and the entirety of 2026, all the boot camps that we host then. Also, to not just learn from me, you'll be getting the full rulebook of Fortnite from BloodX, as well as a full coaching catalog from one of my favorite coaches, Sven, as well. So if you're interested in signing up, I'm not going to have many slots open for this because it does take a lot of my time, but if you're interested in getting better at fighting and you're serious about improving, then go click the link below to watch some of the other sessions, as well as sign up if you're interested. Nice shot. Nice. So let's say you hit somebody 100, unless they're terrible, their first thought isn't going to be like, oh, I need to pop a mini, you know, because that's probably just going to get them killed. Their first thought is, let me try to make space or let me try to counter pump, like counter shot, you know, depending on what type of player it is. So the biggest mistake you can make is when you hit somebody 100, thinking you need to end the fight right then and there, you know. I was reading The Art of War, you know, that really old Chinese book, right? And there's literally a whole like section on this exact concept, which is like, whenever you've hit somebody to like really low or just got the opening advantage, you shouldn't just like instantly try to push your advantage, because they're going to be looking to counter like straight away. Like, they're going to be looking to do some dumb peek, and if you're just like pickaxing or spraying, they can hit you 100 and then suddenly the fight's stalemated, right? Because you've both been hit 100. So even though you might have a small advantage, you've lost like the momentum of the fight. So what you should do when you hit somebody 100, like you just hit me 100, is make sure you keep doing good peaks and let your opponent make the mistake, because they're trying to make a mistake, you know, like they're trying to do an insta edit or a dumb 50-50 or whatever. Let them make the mistake on you, and then the kill will just come to you. Like, you don't have to do any work, you don't have to do anything fancy. The guy's just gonna do some shit editing, you're gonna get a free kill, you know. Right there, if you were a bit more ready for me doing a shit edit again on you, would have killed me in 2 bullets.
I think like that's what I like do a lot, is because I'll have you like right there, I hit you for a lot, and then I'll do something like this. I'll go to the side wall, and then I'll just swing on it.
Yeah, and then that just allows me, I'll like fake a mini and then just open edit and then just trade. And the trade, it might seem like it's a good trade for you because you can probably kill me. But again, like I said earlier, I'm the one doing the edit. I know where you're going to be because I see your visuals. You don't see my visuals because I'm not moving. I also know where you're going to land, so I put my crosshair in the correct spot. So even though it's a 50-50 edit, it's dumb. It favors me because I'm the one doing the 50-50. And even though you've hit me 100, unless you can hit another 100 pump right there, suddenly you'll hit 120. I'm, you know, popped full shield. I popped a chug jug. I've got a blob down. I'm like ready to run away, you know. That's the mistake that a lot of people make, is trying to think you got to end every fight fast. If you go like smooth, right? If you go like smooth and steady, don't make mistakes, you'll just get easier kills. Like, it might on average take a little bit longer, but versus the better players, you know, the players who like put up a bit of a fight, those players you'll kill a lot quicker, because they're the type of players that look for insta stuff back. They're like smart enough not to just box up and pop a mini. They're like smart enough to look for like space. If I don't do this insta 50-50, look, I'm just gonna go out the back and make space out the back. So you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for the space to be made, you know?
Yeah.
Nice, much better. The only thing you did wrong was you did a double edit down. Do you know what telegraphing is? So I was boxed up real quick. I was boxed up. Instead of just jumping on my wall and spraying it, making it awkward. You see how awkward it is for you to do an edit? Instead, what you did was double edited down. And that tells me exactly where you are and where you're coming from. Not just the visuals, but that double edit. Then you place the cone, which is another action that kind of slows you down a little bit. And then you pickaxe. And all 4 of those actions, so the double edit is 2, that's 1, and then another 1 right there. That tells me exactly what your like play is, you know. And that's called telegraphing, when you like let the other person know what you're gonna do. And it worked out in that case because, you know, you caught me off guard the second time, but you want to make sure that you're trying to avoid telegraphing as much as possible. So like, instead of placing a stair and then just hopping on it like this, which ain't the worst play, like you can place a stair and then hop on it with your pump out and try to catch the other guy, you know, if they do a bad edit. But you can also do a couple different things. Like you can place a stair and then like wait a second to wait for the edit. So now you do an edit, if that, you're like, you're expecting me to jump down like everybody would. Now you do an edit on the stair I just placed, and then I'm jumping like that. And no matter where you are in the box, you see, I can kill you, you know, because I've got peaks advantage and I can see your feet before you can see me, sort of thing. So yeah, just be careful with just letting other people know what you're gonna do. Oh, nice shot. I did catch you there with like the drop down, which you weren't really ready for, but aside from that,
that's
better.
three tile edit is like,
yeah, the 3 it's so annoying to fight. if you start doing it to your friends or whatever, it's like the most annoying thing.
Did you watch the resub video on the Vino, like the Vino thing? It was like the Vino peak where it's like this.
Which one should? Like that? Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. I'm trying to do it a lot.
Oh, wait,
that's what Vino does as well, weird. Just quick. So let's say somebody's moving around above you, like, so let's say you're like up there. What I would do is I see you're moving around and I would like catch you and then sit behind a peak like that, and you'd fall into me.
And then wait, yeah.
Hold on, just quickly, because you do this a lot. Edit resets are like really not the play. I don't see anybody like, I don't know, do you see any pros doing like a lot of edit resets? I feel like I never see a pro doing it in game.
I only see like
maybe some Germans.
Kind of
Cooper, yeah.
Cooper, like,
I don't know. I just feel like it's good because you're like 0 ping, but like again, all you're doing is just making something lower HP, making it easier to see you. You know?
Yeah, it's like a habit.
Yeah, it's just a habit, I guess. I would say maybe avoid that, because again, like you're just doing too many actions rather than thinking about like what's a good edit. There's a lot of times you could do a good edit on me and you're edit resetting, and also you're not just doing edit reset, you're doing it too fast. I'll try to show you. Like you're doing like you're doing a too fast edit reset. It's not even going to bait me out because first of all my reactions are too slow because I'm old, and then secondly like nobody in game is going to like instantly edit and shoot because you're doing a wide edit. The one time I think edit resets are good is when you do like a really obvious edit and then you reset, so like it looks like you're going to do like a peak because you're spending a bit of time on it. But when you like just do like a quick, you know, quick edit reset like that. Can't really do it, but I don't, it's just not very useful thing. Like you're doing a lot of actions, but not a lot of them are like, you know, getting shots off. As an edit reset, you're never going to get a shot off. Is you're doing an edit reset and then it becomes a ping battle after the edit reset because he shoots your wall. Right?
Yeah.
That's my issue with it. Is like, yeah, they might be good against me in creative or maybe that guy in game, but like it's one of those things where you could have done a smart peek. A smart peek there, by the way, would just be go on the right wall. Don't even edit that wall because it's now, you want a wall to be as healthy as possible in that situation so you don't get cut off or like, you know, edited on. And then you fight the right hand wall, you know. So rather than doing a, you know, edit reset here, you just fight this wall. You just fight over this way and you all play together on a right hand peak and you get a refresh probably.
Instead of wasting time here.
Yeah, like instead of wasting, like, because you want this wall healthy, because first of all you shouldn't be editing this wall because it's a left hand peak going that way, you see. You should just you just want the wall healthy. If he wants to fight that wall, then whatever, you just fight this wall together, right? That's a good scenario though, because that like shows that it can be good. But like normally, that's what I thought, like there's normally something more productive you can be doing with your inputs, right? Like you're limited to like a certain amount of inputs in the game.
It really wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the right, if let's say the right wall's not open, maybe they're editing it. Maybe it could be good to like bait out a shot, but like very rarely edit resets good. The one time they are good is when you've got like a guy full boxed and you want him to waste his shot. But then you would do it like, you know, differently. You would do like a full tile and then a reset. You want to make it more obvious instead of just doing a quick edit reset and then, you know, maybe risking getting pre-fired or whatever.
That's mainly when they're low, right?
Yeah, or like when you just got a guy like you just got a guy full boxed, you would do an edit reset, but you want to make sure it's an edit that's not too obvious. You do like a right hand window. A right hand window is the perfect one to do because they're not going to be trying to pre-aim over here. They're going to 100% shoot the wall and then you just hold the wall after. So you're safe. You see I'm safely behind it. The guy can't shoot me at all from over there. And then you just hold it and like you guarantee hold the wall, guaranteed get a, here's shotgun lock, can't shoot a shotgun and you get a kill. Nice, much better.
Trying to play like more, not as quick to get the kill.
Yeah, try not to play like super cautious because then your fights will take ages. But play like a little bit cautious so you don't get caught off by like, you know, that's just like the thing where like setups, like just having better setups in general will be good because otherwise fights can drag on if you're like playing super cautious, especially if you keep doing the same thing over and over. You kind of want like 2 or 3, maybe 4 good plays that you do, like in terms of setups, in terms of pressuring, and you just sort of recycle between those throughout.
Yeah, like I feel like the resets get to like a point where like they just start knowing. It's like one of my worst game modes.
I will say if something is like, you know what I was saying earlier, like if you're bad at something, just fix it and you'll improve so much faster than trying to like make incremental improvements on something you're already good at. Is quite hard to do. Because again, it's
like a lot of people say like different things like, oh well, you could fix this and be good, and then like I start going to like, oh well, it's probably my settings, which it isn't. But like,
I mean, it might be, but like I haven't noticed a single. I have done a few of these fighting ones where I'm like, oh, that person needs to swap their binds just because they literally like couldn't do a peek properly, you know?
Yeah.
Just to like just because they physically couldn't like move around a box properly, and then in that case, yeah, you need to swap binds. But like you're nowhere near that point. Like your mechs are fine, your aim is fine. It's just you need to like, you know, fix some of the bad things you're doing, and then get more, not just like more consistent, but more like get like a higher standard of the good stuff that you can do, because you're doing some good stuff, but you're doing it a little bit slowly, which ain't the worst in the world. But it's a little bit predictable when you're slow, obviously. Nice play. I'll say one thing I always focus on is just having good movement, you know?
Yeah.
Not just like good movement, but like making it hard for my character to get hit. Like always holding it at it just for like a fraction of a second longer, just to make sure I'm not getting pumped under it, you know?
Yeah,
which like there, you see that's just a ratty angle, and the only reason I did that angle was again there. The only reason I did that angle was just because I saw where you were, and I know if I do that then I'm peak first, right? Any other peak, you peak me first, and I can maybe trade for equal amount. But that peak specifically, because I spent a bit of time holding it and like thinking, you know, I get like a better outcome from it. One thing I will say, I noticed that I'm doing, it's not like necessarily, you know, a mistake. It's just, I'm just shooting my gun more and I'm also reloading more than you. And that the thing is of that is shooting your gun, very, very rarely is there a bad moment to not be shooting your gun. Do you know what I mean? Like very rarely is it like a mistake to not sometimes your AR could be a mistake, but like, you know, so often it'll be a mistake to pickaxe, but it won't be a mistake to just pump the other guy's wall, you know?
That's happened a lot in like season 1 of this chapter, and I'm like, why are they shooting at the walls?
Yeah, that's because it's pump. Even if you don't think you can hit somebody, just shooting is just good, you know. Because first of all, it damages the wall so you can see them better. Secondly, if they do edit or open or do whatever, you can get some damage. And then also, it's like a psychological thing where something just keeps like pumping over and over, you know, and also being on top of their reload so they're not just wasting ammo. As long as they're like productive pumps, you know, like the other guy, it makes the other guy like afraid to edit, you know.
You're like pumping so much.
Yeah, because like they're like, oh, what edit can I do? They're like, they'll start being like, they'll alter their playstyle to like do super smart peaks where they're not good at them, right? And they're not like risking anything.
Yeah, and then they're playing like smarter, but
yeah, they're playing
really
smarter, but like, yeah, they're like not as confident, and it just plays into your strengths as a player. For most people, changing binds won't like change anything in the short term. It would obviously in the long term probably help you, but
yeah,
it's so much easier to just learn a couple new like, you know, setups, angles, peaks, and implement those, as well as not just that, but like if you were to just take away some like sort of bad stuff, you know, like not good stuff, that would have way bigger impact than changing binds or whatever.
Then you're like not doing bad peaks and stuff.
Yeah, like okay, let's say like at the moment you're doing 50% bad, 50% good, maybe like 60-40, right? If you just changed 10% for the better, that would obviously help, but then you're still doing bad stuff like 4 times out of 10 sort of thing, you know? Does that make sense?
So it wouldn't help, like, if you change, then it wouldn't help anyways, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's,
like, it's much better to remove other stuff than, you know. So it's definitely not your mechanic or anything like that. It's literally just how you're like thinking about fights. I would say one thing that might be useful is watching back fights and like watching, you know, why did I take damage? Why did I, you know, why did I not win this fight? Why did I not just that, but why did the fight take too long? You know,
like why did I kill him here and stuff? Like I should have killed him there. Like,
yeah. Now I'm having a hard time actually like seeing you, which is like exactly. Yeah, now I'm having a hard time like actually seeing you as we fight.
That's good.
Which is like exactly what you want, you know?
Exactly. Oh, like the peaks are, I feel like they're
yeah, like the peaks, as well as just like you're just being a bit more like considerate, you know, like just thinking, is this a good peak? Is this a good edit? Is this a good, you know, not even that, but just like the build actions you're doing, right? Like the big part of the game is like what build actions you're doing, and then how you move in between the ones that you're selecting and stuff like that, you know. So these guys are full you. Crack one. Yeah, first thing, as soon as you ever crack somebody in trios, you just ignore them, because that guy's gonna box up in here, obviously, right? He's not gonna keep fighting. So then your goal is literally as soon as you crack one, should be try to quick lid one of the others who's full, like this guy.
Yeah.
You can see this guy, he comes up, you let him up, which is probably a mistake, like there, you're trying to jump on him rather than peace, right?
Yes.
Go back to that. Like if you just get a bit of peace, the thing is with peace in trios is like if you actually get it, and let's say you get a guy like in your doubles or something, like it's so much better in trios compared to solos, because then your teammate can come and help, you know.
Sure.
So here you see, you notice like he's just full cranking up. Your goal should just be get up, like here. Don't sprint towards him, get this wall, then get doubles on him, and then you'd have him full boxed, and then also your teammate would be, hopefully, you know, this guy, he'd be here, you see? Your teammate would be like there helping, and then you'd be piecing at the top, and then you'd get a free null. Instead, you just give this guy height, which is a bit unfortunate. And then now teammate gets packed in. Now, like, I don't know, this is the thing with trios, like, it's kind of just ramps at this point. Just cause literally, it's obviously not your fault because your teammate died first, but like, just because you didn't do that little bit of peace and maintain height, now this whole trio fight's like on the back foot, you know? There's three main roles. It doesn't depend on what like your regular roles are, like Fragger support or IGL. There's 3 main sort of fighting roles, and you can sort of have 2 of them on a team, or it's not like a set like guide, but so one would be lurker. So that's someone who like goes around the back, lurks, whatever. Goes for like sneak plays, crouch plays. Not always, but like that's like a general thing they would do. They'd also normally be the one who like goes at the back of boxes if you're pinching somebody and they're in a box. So that would normally be not based on any role, but like whoever's like the best at that type of play style, like whoever's like the sneakiest and the best at like getting a quick dead from sneaking. Yeah. Then the second role is support. So that's quite simple. Like just put your worst fighter at support, right?
Yeah.
It's not the craziest role, but that guy is like his role is to like spray, help the others. You know, be aware of the other guys and like make sure they're safe, make sure they're blocking angles, make sure like if you're box fighting a team, that would be the guy going from above, like just getting doubles, sitting back, you know. So that's the support player. So the lurker support, doesn't matter if that person's a regular support. And then the final guy would be like the aggro sort of fraggery type, getting bot, like try to like open a fight type player, you know.
Yeah.
So if you watch any like pro trio and just watch how they fight, they'll normally fall into one of those categories. So Pete, Cold, Ritual. Ritual will be the support, obviously. Doesn't mean he's a bad fighter. That's just he's better at support than the other two. Cold would be like the lurker going from the back sort of normally, and Pete would be like the main fragger type. He'd like getting on the walls, you know, trying to get an intro kill sort of thing. Like he's normally like the guy, he's doing risky plays, but like the risk is worth it because he can get opening knock and, you know.
Yeah.
Right, that was so bad.
Barely.
Okay, let's do one final one. This is that. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might be the quickest I've noticed of improvement from like an hour of fighting coach now. Also, so I've done a lot. I've done like 100+ of these, more than that. With like, you know, I've been doing these of like 5 years maybe.
No.
Oh my! That was so close. I know, didn't regret.